Now joined at the big board by the youngest contributor to the KUSI sports department in show history. His name is Mason Kern. He goes under the moniker Sports Watchdog. Are you ready to howl, young men? All right, your expertise is the NBA at the tender age of 17, if I may say so publicly.
It is.
NBA playoffs begin Saturday. Who's going to be the NBA champion?
The San Antonio Spurs, and here's why. They not only were the only other team to get 60 or more wins this season, the only other was the Golden State Warriors, but they actually led the season series against the Warriors and the Cavs, so they're really competitive right now. Kawhi Leonard's having a career year on the offensive end, and their X factor is going to be their bench. Jonathan Simmons and Pau Gasol playing really well right now. If they continue that success, they're going to be a really tough team to beat in these NBA playoffs.
All right, the big sports story was on Tuesday. Steve Fisher announced he's stepping down. Brian Dutcher is stepping in. Here is the question number 2. Does the Aztec basketball program rise, fall, or stay the same under Dutcher?
I think they'll rise. Honestly, Brian Dutcher, he's been with Steve Fisher for 18 years. They got a lot of great experience. The X factor for them is whether or not he can keep the roster intact. I already know that junior forward Zylan Cheatham is leaving. He's transferring. But if he can keep the roster intact and recruit high-name players just like they did with Kawhi Leonard back in 2010, then they're going to be really competitive and they're going to be a big program.
One programming note to pass along. Easter Sunday, 11 a.m. right here on KUSI. A KUSI Sports Department special. It's under the San Diego People moniker. We're going to talk about Steve Fisher. Here's a little clip from that show, Mason.
You know, there are 23 coaches in NCAA history who have been to at least 3 Final Fours and brought home at least 1 championship, and he's one of those people, but it's not acknowledged because 2 of those no longer count. And to think without that timeout and without that scandal paying, he would be a Hall of Fame coach without a doubt, but if that also went the other way, San Diego wouldn't have him.
Mason, Sunday, 11 a.m., San Diego People.
I'll be sure to tune in.
I know you will. All right, other big story. Local girl drafted #1 in the WNBA. San Antonio Stars. San Antonio making a big presence in the show. But they already have their backcourt set. What are they going to do with Plum?
Yeah, they have Mariah Jefferson and Kayla McBride, but Kelsey Plum is going to bring a fanfare to this team who is not honestly very well liked. Their last place for the last 2 years. She's also going to bring offense. They severely lack. They only score 72 points per game. That's dead last in the WNBA. So she's going to bring both fanfare and offensive prowess. So she's going to be a player who they definitely need in their backcourt, and she's going to bring a lot of hype.
Let's listen together. Kelsey Plum on Thursday.
I told my mom that when I was 10 years old, I wanted to play in the WNBA, and for that moment to come true, it's just one of those feelings that you dream about your entire life.
All right, let's talk. Sunday, Sergio Garcia got his first major, got rid of the moniker greatest player not to win a major. Who's going to be the next first-time major winner on the PGA Tour?
I think Lee Westwood. He's considered one of the greatest ball strikers in golf right now. His X factor, what he really needs to work on is putting and chipping game. Honestly, if he got that a lot better, he tied for 2nd place in the 2016 Masters, so the talent is definitely there. But he lost that because of his putting and chipping. So if he improves that part of his game, he's definitely going to be a contender and hopefully win a Master in the near future.
Now we'll go to the pointy ball. That team called the Chargers, the LA Chargers. NFL draft 13 days away. Who do the Chargers use that 7th overall pick on?
I think they have 3 options. They're definitely going to focus on defense. First, we have Malik Hooker. He's arguably the best covered safety in college football. He definitely, if they draft him, I think they need to draft him, bolster their front 7, and then establish a reliable pass rush. If they do all that, they should be good. They also need Jonathan Allen if they need more defense there. Jonathan Allen, he recorded 69 tackles in his senior season, and he'll definitely be able to fill a hole left by Eric Weddle when he left to the Baltimore Ravens, so he'll do a great job for them. Also, you have
from Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Tennessee. You have Derek Barnett. He should be coming up here pretty soon. But yeah, Derek Barnett. He's the only player in SEC history with at least 10 sacks in 3 straight seasons. And his X factor is whether or not Gus Bradley, the defensive coordinator, is going to switch to a 4-3 base. Yeah, there he is, right there, making a
So you
sack.
see, it's going to be defense.
It's definitely going to be defense. They definitely need to improve that aspect of their game. Otherwise, they're not going to be very successful.
All right, we'll get to Donnell Pumphrey in a second. Okay. But big news today, or at least appears, Marshawn Lynch is joining the Raiders in a deal to be named. Shrewd move or disaster for the Silver and Black?
I think it's a disaster. Honestly, Marshawn Lynch is not the player for their future. After Latavius Murray left for free agency, they're trying to get a new big-name free agent. But I think this is more of a glamour move for the fans. It's a homecoming for Marshawn Lynch. But their X factor, I don't think he fits into their rotation. They're a very shotgun-heavy type of offense, and he's more of a single-back and I-formation type running back. So, yes, guarantee he's very good in his heyday, but coming off retirement after a year of not playing, I don't think this is the right move.
And lastly, Donnell Pumphrey, running back out of San Diego State.
Yeah.
What round is he going in?
I'm projecting probably 4th through 6th. His size is a problem that most NFL coordinators right now are thinking, we don't know if we want this guy. He's kind of on the smaller end for most NFL caliber running backs, but he's definitely a type of player who you want on your team. He has very quick speed, he's very fast, and he also has a burst that not many people have. So I think he'll be a great addition to any team. 2 teams right now, I think Washington Redskins and Indianapolis in the 4th or 6th round. They could really use a player like Donnell Pumphrey.
Mason, you are very good at what you do.
Thank you. I
Finally,
appreciate that.
a
You
knowledgeable sportscaster on this station.
Oh, man.
Mason Kern, he's called a sports watchdog for a good reason. He's going to be coming back on a regular basis. We'll be doing a weekend review. That so concludes our early sportscast. I send it back to my esteemed colleagues on the news desk.
All right.
I like
Good.
that, Mason.
Yeah.
Great job.
Good job. Excellent.